Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good day, Miss Chandra, and all of our friends who ever watch our video. We are from group 2, consisting of me, Dzahabiyah Alfiya Zahra, and then Kimilia Azzahra, and Yukita Haura Annisa. Here we are going to present you our analysis speech acts in short movie entitled TILIK. For the first presenter is Kimilia Azzahra. Please, Kimi, the time is yours.
All right, thank you, Zahra. So please let me share the screen first. Wait a moment. All right. Can you see what I see, guys? Not yet?
Yes.
All right. So here, as what Zahra tell before, that we are going to present about our analysis of illocutionary acts in short movie TILIK. About the story, about the background story of TILIK. So, TILIK basically means visiting in Japanese, is a 31-minute short film about a group of women or ibu-ibu who speak Japanese from a village who go by truck to the city to see a head of urban village who is ill. They have no choice but to use this truck because the buses they usually take couldn't be ordered in proof of the moment. All of the nasty story and dialogue start here. TILIK story is about Diana, who is a village flower or kembang desa. Many men approach her and come to propose her. So this group of women talk about Diana's single status. They argued about who would marry Diana. The TILIK trip became full of talking and adventure for the villager who brought the truck. So if you guys see the word, there is a what is it? The picture of the TILIK. This is the group of women that we are going to tell in this video. So okay, next movie. So the first reason is because TILIK movie is a viral movie in 2020. If you guys have already watched this movie, this is kind of viral at that time. And this movie is quite interesting and closely related to the real life situation of our society. And the third one is this movie is produced by Rafakana Films, which collaboration with the Culture Department of DIY in 2018 and has been watched 24 million viewers. It is recording according to Rafakana Films 2020. And the fourth reason is this movie won some awards, such as Piala Maya Short Movie Choice Official Section, a selection Jogja 2018, and NetPAC Asian Film Festival 2019, and Official Selection World Cinema Amsterdam 2019. And the last one is, beside all of it, we assume that there are many speech acts found in this movie. Hence, it is related to be analysis. And we want to identify and analyze speech act, especially illocutionary act of Ibu Tejo's utterance in this TILIK movie. Actually, it's not only in Ibu Tejo's, yeah, but all of the the script in this movie, right? So let me explain a little bit about illocutionary act. What is it? So according of Cruz 2000, illocutionary act are acts which are internal to illocutionary act in the sense that if the contextual condition is appropriate when the illocutionary act has been performed, so has the illocutionary act. For example, he argued to shot her. In saying the utterance, the speaker performed illocutionary act of advice or order. And here is one example. Here you can see this. And there are 5 types of illocutive or assertive, directive, commissive, be explained by Zahra on the next page. So I think that's all from me. And the the result of our analysis will be delivered by Zahra. So Zahra, time is yours.
All right. Thank you, Kimi, for the opportunity. Next slide. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So we are going to talk about the 5 categories of illocutionary speech acts. The first one is representative. It is what the speaker says back. It is including asserting, stating, claiming or swearing, concluding or hypothesis or assumption, and reporting. The second type is directives. It is when the speaker wants the hearer to do something. So it is the point is the speaker wants the hearer to do something. So the person who will do the action is the hearer. For example, advising, commanding, commanding, or requesting. And then the third one is commissive. It is when the speaker performs some action. So it is different with the directives. Directives, it's when the speech acts urge the hearer to do something. Meanwhile, the commissive will urge the speaker to perform the action. For example, offering, pledging, promising, refusing, and threatening. Next, please. Yes, and the fourth is expressive. It is when the speech acts express a psychological attitude or state of speaker. For example, anger, disappointment, disagreement. The example is apologizing, blaming, congratulating, pleasing, and thanking. And then the last one is declaratives. It is when the speaker announces immediate changes in some situation. It is, should be noted that the speaker has the authority socially or academically to say it. Or in other words, the speaker should the one that is authoritative in that case. For example, opening a breach, declaring war, excommunicating, firing from employment, and nominating a candidate. Okay, next we're going to talk about the analysis of analysis. Next, please. Okay, as you see, there are a table here, which is showing the first column is the illocutionary speech acts. There are 5 categories. And then the second column to show the, what is it, the kind of specific kind of the category itself. For example, like representative, there are 5. And then the third column to show the number of the speech acts we found in the movie. So here, the first one is representative or assertive. There are 3 kinds of representative we found. They are reporting, which is when the, what is it, the actor, the one in the movie or the character, tell the facts. It's all about the facts. The facts there, and the stating. The stating is also a fact, but it is something that in reporting the speaker tends to the speaker wants to give information. Meanwhile, in stating, the speaker just want to tell the facts without any information or without any whether it is true or not. And then assumption is what is the very most dominant in the movie because it gets 26 speech acts in the movie. One of the example is that itu kalau bukan muntah gara-gara hamil, kenapa langsung pergi coba? Ya enggak? Nah, so it is one of the assumption which the character, which is the Butejo, say that assume that the person will vomit or puke because of pregnant, because hamil begitu. And then the second one is directive. There are some kind of directive here. The first one is requesting. Interestingly, in the requesting in this movie, there are one speech acts that is not explicitly say to request. As we see in the table, there are 5 speech acts. That is, the person actually requests anyone who bring kantong plastik to give to the person who is puke, yang sedang muntah gitu. So it is not explicitly say, hey, misalnya kalimatnya ada yang bawa kantong plastik nggak, bantuin dong. Nah, no, she used the illocutionary acts implicitly. Siapa yang bawa kantong plastik? Nah, and then the second one is commissive. This is also unique. We found a unique ordering here. The first one is ini loh butejo kebelet pipis. Nah, at the time we saw that it means that the person orders the hearer to do the action. So maybe the hearer can get the place, can get the toilet, and many others. And then hayo ibu-ibu siapa yang mau nganter? Immediately the truck driver ask or order the passenger atau orang-orang ibu-ibu yang di truk itu untuk to immediately go down from the truck, and then advising, begging, and suggesting. In the suggesting, we found that there are electionary act in form of iya kan, ya enggak. Nah, so it is for suggest something that what we want to be confirmed by the others. And then the third electionary acts is commissive. We found that there are three kind of commissive here. The first one is offering, threatening, and asking permission. Once again, there is a unique here that is kalau gitu saya sama Dian mau masuk dulu. Nah, at the time, it is asking permission because the one that will be masuk dulu is the speaker, which is next, please. Next slide.
Okay, a moment, please. Open. I'm sorry. Let me stop share first because I think there is some problem here.
Okay, it's okay, Kimi.
I'm sorry, guys. This one I think. Oh, here we go. Can you see, Zahra?
Yes, Kimi. All right, I will continue the presentation. The next is expressive. There are a lot of expressive here. The first one is sympathy, and then there are also doubt, disagreement, surprising, dislike, angry, humor, satisfaction, curiosity, agreement, gratitude, surprising, sadness, tiredness, and wondering. And uh, among all of them, the one that is the most dominant in the expressive is the disagreement. Why? Because in the story, in the movie, it is about the ibu-ibu gossiping, right? So at the time, when one person or one ibu-ibu said about assumption, give an assumption, the other one may give a disagreement, like they don't agree with the assumption because assumption can be true or not. Right? So that's why this agreement is the most dominant in expressive. And then the last one is declarative. There are only one in the declarative, which is said by the policeman in the movie. Like I have said before, declarative is delivered by someone who is in charge or has authority. Policeman has the authority, right? So in this case, he gave a charge, charging or accusing Gotrek, which is the truck driver, of violating law. And then the total of all of the illocutionary act in the movie is 124. Okay, for the next analysis of why the most dominant is assumption and why the most dominant inexpressive is disagreement will be delivered by Yuki. Thank you.
Thank you, Zahra. Okay, I will take in charge. Now, can you please go to the next slide, Timmy?
Okay, wait.
Timmy? Oh, yeah.
I think my connection is not really good, so please wait a moment, yeah.
It's okay. Okay.
Okay, can you guys see the screen?
Yes, Kimi.
All right. Please, Yuki, go ahead.
All right, thank you so much, Kimi, and also Zahra. And now I will continue the presentation. So first, as we have been, as it has been mentioned before, and as it has been explained before, TILIK around the village women who are on their way to the city to visit the head of urban village who is sick. And on their way, they are gossiping about Dian, a beautiful young woman from their same village whom they find suspicious. Gossip, according to Oxford Dictionary, is informal talk about other people, especially their private lives. And thus, gossiping is an act where a group of people talks about other people's private lives. In gossiping, like speech acts like assumption, stating, and reporting, which the three of them are included in representative illocutionary act, are often to be found. And here is the representative of representative in illocutionary act. Now, why representative is the most used one in here, like in TILIK movie? Because first, as I said before, representative is like the representation of the work of the speaker. For example, like the speaker refer to what is it like the word of the speaker. It represent his or her own work, like his what is it like her knowledge about her own work. Okay, now here the representative illocutionary act that often appears in TILIK is assumption, stating, and reporting. All right, now at the beginning of the movie, there was assumption about Dian, which one of the women said that kok ada yang bilang kalau kerjaannya nggak benar. She refers to Dian, that Dian is not a nice woman because her job seems like suspicious. Like her job is suspicious. Maybe she is a seducer or something like that, or her work is not good, like not positive. It is a negative job. And then, but it is only assumption because the woman is assuming things from the rumors that she heard, and it might be true, and also it might be false because it is only assumption. It is not a fact. She is only assuming. Now for the stating, like there's also another woman who says, and also like the previous one about the assumption, the utterance is assumption because the speaker does not know whether it is true or not, as I said before. And for the stating, Dian kan emang anaknya supel sama ramah, Bu. It means that Dian is sociable. It is like the woman is stating that Dian has a good personality, and that she is very sociable, and that is why she can talk to many men, maybe someone's husband, maybe someone's son. That is because Dian is a humble person. Dian is sociable, and the woman is stating the fact that Dian is indeed like that. And then for the reporting, there is also another woman like who reports when they go to a musola that they went there for for peeing. And here like the women, she received a DR, and then the woman said that lagi mampir di musola ini pada kebelet pipis, means that uh so the woman might report to Dian that they might come late to the hospital. They might be late. That is what she refers to. Although what she says that they are currently in a musola for for taking some business for and then yeah. So there is assumption, stating, and reporting, which is representative. And this is like representative is, as I have said before, is for representative is to represent the word the speaker is living in. Okay. Next. Now for the expressive, there is like I have stated here. I have written two the most frequent one that appears in TILIK expressive, which is disagreement and sympathy, which in disagreement it appears for 9 times, and sympathy is 8. Yeah. I'm sorry if there's any mistake, but there's like for my yeah. So I'm sorry. Disagreement is 6 utterances. My interest and sympathy is 6 utterances. Okay, so 8 and 6. Okay, if I'm not mistaken. Now, in disagreement, gak mau takut ada ular gitu. And in this statement, the woman state that she is disagree. She said this when someone recommend her to go pee in the middle of the rice field, like in the side of the road. And she said that she was afraid because if she was afraid if there is a snake. But the problem is if there is a snake, it is no problem because the snake is only there. The snake doesn't do anything, but the woman refers to she was afraid if there will be a snake biting her suddenly while she is being in the middle of the rice field, like if the snake is attacking her, and she is afraid of that. Also, that is why she doesn't want to be in the rice field. And then the next one is expressive, which is sympathy. The example here is kasihan loh, bulurah. And what does it mean? The woman who said this, the speaker who said this, refers to how Bulurah's life will be miserable if Dian become her daughter-in-law. Because at that time they were talking about what Dian, who is currently close to Fikri, which is Bulurah's son, and that because Dian was assumed to be a naughty girl, a naughty woman, that is why like uh they have sympathy. They show their sympathy to Bulura, whose 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 son is close to Dian. That is like from their assumption, so they show some sympathy. Okay, now next. Now, why representative and expressive is the most common or the most frequent illocutionary act that appear in TILIK? Okay, as we all know, TILIK is a movie. Okay, TILIK is a movie which the genre itself is about slice of life, and in our slice of life, in our life, like in our daily life, we know that we say something based on our personal knowledge, right? So we say what we know. Like for example, so it represent like whatever we say, it represent our knowledge about our work. For example, we assume about thing, we state about thing that we know, we report about thing that we see, for example, or we experience something like that. And that is why like in TILIK, representative appears to be most the most common one that appear in TILIK. And also because here in TILIK mostly they are gossiping about Dian, and that is why like they only say it based on what they know about Dian. Of course, they do not say about something they do not know about Dian, or something that like other people think. They only say what they believe. They only say what they believe because they are the speaker of the words of this utterance. Okay, now about the expressive become the second most common one that appears in TILIK. It is because we are human and we have feelings, and when we express that feeling, we have to use expressive act. Of course, like it automatically become expressive act when we when we express our feeling. And that is why here, because it is the story about humans, so that is why like they show some, like for example, expression of disagreement because they feel disagree about something, and then they show sympathy because they have sympathy, human has sympathy, and then they show also doubt about something they don't believe, and so on and so forth. And that is why makes representative and expressive become the two most common or the most frequent illocutionary act to appear in the short movie TILIK. Okay, now next. Okay, so because that's the end of our presentation, I want to thank all of you who have for all of you for watching this video, and also we want to say sorry about if we did make a mistake while performing this presentation. Also, once again, thank you very much and have a great day. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.